So, what exactly is this earnest deposit that I am being asked to put down? Hi, I'm Lisa Newman with Remax on the Move and the Newman Group, and this is one of the questions I get asked almost every single time that I write up a contract for a new buyer. And so I thought I'd just come and answer it. It's a real simple question, it's a real simple answer, but it may alleviate some of the stress that I do know many of my buyers feel, especially at the time of writing up a contract for what, let's face it, is one of the biggest purchases in your life. So the earnest deposit is the money that you are putting down. You are writing out a check and handing over cash out of your bank account, and you are giving it over to the listing agent's realtor. They are then putting that money in an escrow account that has been created by their company to hold deposits. This escrow deposit account cannot be used for anything else other than a holding place for the money that is being put down on contracts. They cannot use it to pay bills. They cannot gain interest on it. They can't do anything. It is literally a holding place. But here's the thing. So your deposit is basically a good faith gesture. It's a message to the seller that says, hey, I'm serious. I really want to buy this house and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And depending upon your financial situation and the price of the property, it's going to determine how much you're going to be putting down. Typically, what I talk to my buyers about is I'm looking for them to put down 2 to 3%. That shows a good faith effort. It's not too little where the seller might question, why are they only putting down $1,000 on this $500,000 purchase? But it's also not too much where you might feel like you're draining your account and you don't want to put too much money in jeopardy, just in case. I'll explain what I mean by that. So one of the primary questions that I'm getting asked though is, well, do I get this money back? Well, of course you do at the closing table. So the idea is that you're putting this money as a deposit down to show the seller your good faith in moving forward with the purchase of your home. And when you are at the closing table, that money is then deducted from what it is you have to bring to the closing. So let's say a $500,000 house and you put down $20,000 as a total deposit. The day that you come to the closing, it's 500,000 minus the 20,000, so it's 480 plus all the other expenses that may exist. I'm not going to go into those today. That's too much. However, yes, it is your money. You're not losing it. It is yours to utilize at the closing table as part of the total deposit that you are putting down on the property. Now, I will say one thing about this is that the one time whereby you may not be able to get your deposit back is if you walk away from the closing. Like literally, you don't close on the property and all contingencies have been met. Perhaps you needed financing, perhaps you did in home inspections. We are past all of those contingencies. All we're doing is waiting to close and you decide to take off to Tahiti and you don't want to buy the house anymore. That money could be the seller's sole remedy with regards to punishing you, if you will, for not going forward with the purchase of the property. However, that money sits in an escrow account and that money cannot be released back to the buyer unless both the seller and the buyer sign off on a form. So please just understand that that money could be held up if after meeting all contingencies, you decide you no longer want to buy the house. It is possible that you don't get that money back, which is why the seller is looking for a deposit, because they want to make sure that you're going to follow through with the purchase of a home. I hope that makes sense. So anyways, I'm going to leave it there for today. So earnest money deposits, it is basically your good faith showing that you are going to move forward with the purchase of the home, and it does come back to you at the closing table. So this is Lisa Newman with the Newman Group and Remax on the Move and Insight. We sell property, New Hampshire, Mass, and Maine. Just bringing you some tidbits of information. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Thanks.